Tracker boats are a prime example of why you shouldn't fall for a low price tag. While they are the top-selling aluminum boats in America, that massive volume often leads to cut corners. Owners consistently report hull cracks, weld failures, flexing floors, and paint that peels within a year. One buyer documented paying $30,000 for a 2024 Pro 175 that took on water on its first trip, only to be ignored by the dealer. At the $20,000 to $40,000 price point, these aren't just annoyances. They are costly gambles you can't afford to lose. 1. The Aluminum Ranger. This one surprises people because Ranger is a legendary name in fiberglass base boats, but when they moved into aluminum, they didn't build their own boats. They rebadged tracker hulls and slapped the Ranger name on them. Same factory, same construction. Premium price for a tracker and a different jacket. Forum members figured this out years ago. If you're shopping Ranger aluminum, you're paying for a badge. Now, the best. And these are worth every dollar. Lund Pro-V. Howard Lund built his first aluminum boat in 1948 after years in a Navy shipyard. And that attention to detail never left the company. The 2075 Pro-V is what serious walleye and bass anglers reach for when they're done playing around. You step into this boat and the fit is tight. No rattles, no flex, no wondering whether the floor is going to hold on a rough crossing. The Deep V hull handles big water the way a purpose-built fishing boat should. 2 massive casting decks, rod storage that actually fits your rods without forcing them, and a cockpit layout where you can move without tripping over your partner. Bass Pro Jeff Gustafson runs one on the Bassmaster Elite Series, not for sponsorship optics because it performs. Starting price on the 2026 model runs around $62,500 to $80,000 depending on configuration, which is real money. The honest limitation is that resale value holds so well that used Lunds don't come cheap either. Budget accordingly. 2 Alumacraft Trophy 205X Sport. Alumacraft has been building boats since 1946 and has produced over 500,000 hulls. That's not a marketing number, that's a track record. The Trophy 205X pairs their riveted 2XB hull design with a deck layout built for anglers who actually fish rather than anglers who want to look like they fish. Wide and stable in choppy water, shallow enough to get into the spots the deeper draft boats can't touch. The live wells work, the rod storage makes sense. The interior lighting is standard, not an upgrade you pay extra for. Where Alumacraft wins against Lund is price. You're getting comparable build quality with less of the badge premium. A well-equipped Trophy 205X comes in well under what a comparable Lund will run you, and the used market reflects that same value without the Lund markup. Limitation dealer network isn't as wide as Lund's, and if you're not near a good Alumacraft dealer, warranty work becomes a trip. If you're finding this useful, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. We cover real boats with real numbers every week. And before you pull the trigger on any of these boats, I put together a free boat buyer checklist. Every question you need answered before you hand over a single dollar so you don't end up like that guy with the $30,000 tracker. Calling the dealer 6 times and getting nowhere. It's free. Links in the description and pinned in the comments. Go grab it before you go shopping, not after. 3 Crestliner Fish Hawk. If the Lund Pro-V is the tournament angler's boat, the Crestliner Fish Hawk is the serious weekend fisherman's boat. Crestliner builds with all welded construction. No rivets to work loose, no seams to develop leaks over time, just a hull that handles abuse the way an aluminum boat should. The Fish Hawk layout is roomy in a way that actually matters when you've got 2 anglers working from the same boat all day. Wide enough that you're not bumping elbows on the casting deck. Organized enough that you know exactly where your gear is when a fish hits. The Fish Hawk series runs from around 16 to 22 feet and the pricing stays competitive. Used examples in good condition are consistently some of the best value in the aluminum boat market. Limitation: not the flashiest boat in any marina, and if aesthetics matter to you, there are more visually exciting options. But aesthetics don't catch fish. 4 Ranger RB210. This is the one I mentioned earlier with the Ranger name, and I want to be specific about which Ranger is worth your time because the aluminum center console lineup is a completely different story from the rebadged tracker situation. The RB210 is a dedicated inshore aluminum center console built on a wide pad bottom hull with Ranger's proprietary flotation foam and protruded fiberglass reinforcements. 21 feet, 10 inches long, 98 inches beam, rated for 200 horsepower. It planes in inches of water and punches through chop when conditions demand it. Here's the bottom line. Aluminum fishing boats span the entire range from genuinely excellent to genuinely dangerous money pits, and the price tag alone tells you almost nothing about what you're getting. Lund and Alumacraft built their reputations over 75 plus years of getting it right. Crestliner's all-welded construction is the honest answer to the rivet debate, and Ranger's RB210 proves the brand can build a serious aluminum center console when they actually try. What you want to avoid is a boat that was designed around a price point instead of a purpose. Tracker's volume model means someone's paying for those low shelf prices. And 9 times out of 10, it's the buyer. 6 months down the road at the warranty counter. Don't let that be you. When you start shopping for an aluminum fishing boat, the choices can feel overwhelming. There are dozens of models, hundreds of configurations, and prices that range from budget-friendly to eye-watering. But here's the truth that most first-time buyers learn the hard way. A shiny hull and a low monthly payment do not mean you are getting a good boat. In fact, the boats that look the most appealing on the showroom floor are often the ones that cause the most grief once they hit the water. That is why understanding the difference between genuine quality and clever marketing is the most important skill you can develop before you sign any paperwork. Let's talk about what actually makes a great aluminum fishing boat. It starts with the hull design. A well-designed hull cuts through chop without beating you up, tracks straight when you are trolling, and gives you a dry ride even when the weather turns ugly. Lund's deep V hulls are legendary for a reason. They have been refined over decades of real-world use by anglers who demand performance in all conditions. Alumacraft's 2XB riveted hull uses a double rivet system that has proven itself on lakes and rivers across North America. Crestliner's all-welded construction eliminates rivets entirely, which means fewer potential failure points and a smoother, quieter ride. These are not marketing gimmicks. These are engineering decisions that have been tested and proven over millions of miles on the water. Then there is the layout. A great fishing boat is not just about what is under the hull. It is about how the deck is organized, how the storage works, and how easily you can move around when you are fighting a fish. The best boats have casting decks that are wide enough for 2 anglers to work side by side without tangling lines. They have rod storage that actually protects your gear rather than forcing you to bend rods into unnatural positions. They have live wells that keep bait alive even on hot summer days. They have tackle storage that makes sense, with compartments that are easy to reach and organize. These details might not show up in a brochure, but they make all the difference when you are out on the water for 8 hours straight. Another factor that separates the best from the rest is fit and finish. Walk onto a Lund Pro-V and you will notice how solid everything feels. The hatches close with a reassuring thunk. The carpet is tight and well secured. The wiring is clean and accessible. The seats are mounted firmly and do not wobble. Now walk onto a bargain-priced boat from a volume manufacturer. The hatches feel flimsy. The carpet is already lifting at the edges. The wiring looks like a rat's nest. The seats shake every time you hit a wake. That difference in build quality is not cosmetic. It is a direct reflection of how much care and attention went into the manufacturing process. And it is a direct predictor of how long that boat is going to hold up under real-world use. I believe this video was helpful, and now you have a strong idea on what to look out for when hunting down your next fishing boat. The aluminum boat market is full of options, and not all of them are worth your time or your money. But if you focus on the brands that have earned their reputations over decades, if you take the time to understand your own needs, and if you do not let a shiny paint job or a low price tag cloud your judgment, you will end up with a boat that serves you well for years to come. Hit subscribe and turn on the bell. Real boats with real numbers is what we at Boat Sniper cover every week. A quick reminder before you pull the trigger on any of these boats, I put together a free boat buyer's checklist. Every question you need answered before you hand over a single dollar, so you don't end up like that guy with the $30,000 tracker, calling the dealer 6 times and getting nowhere. It's free. Links in the description and pinned in the comments. Go grab it before you go shopping, not after.